Hello. Hello, you on the other side of the screen. Hello, you in any part of the universe, inner or outer universe, where you might be, any point in your life where you might be. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the weekly tarot reading. My name is Satya Magdalena. I'm coming live from Glastonbury, the heart chakra of the universe. What a blessing to be here and deliver those messages from that place of earth. Welcome if you are joining me here live on Instagram. Feel free to say hello. Welcome if you are watching a replay on YouTube or anywhere else afterwards. May you know that the messages are there no matter if you are joining me here when I'm live or you are watching them later, because we are dealing with tarot cards which are all about transpersonal, universal energies, and they are not really related to space and time, only in as much as we here on earth are receiving the messages at a certain point of time where we are in our lives. And this time that is really an illusion as well as the space. This time is always in the universal plane, in the soul plane. It's always the divine time for you to receive the message, because the universe does not function in coincidences but in synchronicities, which is a completely different thing. So whenever you watch, whenever you are joining me for this weekly tarot reading, know that this message is for you just at that time when you need it, because there is a reason, because it is a synchronicity, not a coincidence. Why you are here, why you are watching, and why you are joining me, and why you are choosing that deck of cards that you are drawn to. So, without further introduction, I continue to the messages, and I invite you to just take a deep breath. You can do it wherever you are, wherever you watch me, wherever you join me. Hello, welcome the ones who are joining live. So glad to see you. Feel free to say hello once again, and feel free to also type the number of the deck which you choose today in the comments, if you wish, if you feel so, because that's how you can, kind of make it physical and put it out. Like I want to receive that message and I'm saying it out loud. So, the energy world works differently than logic. So you might use that option if you feel so. Yeah, so wherever you are, take a deep breath to tune in. Your breath is always your, not just oxygen that you breathe in, but this is your soul connection. So connect to yourself intentionally through that breath. You may close your eyes if you want to for a short moment, and then really just feel which of those decks, and let's number them this time. Number one, number two, and number three. So you see them in front of me, and just take this deep breath, and without too much thinking, allow your soul, allow your heart, allow your body, your feeling, your instinct to choose the deck which is yours today, and trust that this is the right choice. And when I have delivered the messages, then I'm really grateful. I'm always really grateful if you take a moment to reflect back, to leave me a comment, to say how it resonated in you, because it's really valuable. You know, it gives me information on how what I bring forth actually reaches you, who is the recipient, because I wouldn't be here without you. It's a two-way traffic. So yeah, feel free to share. I'm really happy and really curious to read how it resonates. Or maybe you want to share about the previous messages and how they have, you know, taken shape in your life or revealed themselves afterwards. So all this feedback, super welcome. All right, shall we? Let's tune in. A lovely black bird just flew on the branch of a tree behind my window, and I have this black feather in my ear today, so this is a good moment to start. So deep breath. Landing in your heart, landing in your body. And one more. Hello. And now, my love, make your choice, because I am going to start. And I start from the deck 1. So if you chose that deck today, this will be a message for you. And it is interesting to do those readings in the middle of the week, which I have done for the past 2 weeks. It wasn't planned like that, but it has happened like this. And I do feel there is a good reason for it to try it like that, because if you receive the message on Wednesday, then you have 2 days or 2.5 days of the week already behind you. So you can actually reflect and relate also from that point, you know, because you already know how your week goes, and you hear the message and you see how it resonates. And yet at the same time, you have the other half of the week still ahead. So you have all the possibilities to do what is needed to do, and to change your course, to change your attitudes, to change your energy, to change your focuses, your relating, whatever it is, in order to make your week the most beneficial, the most loving, the most healthy for you. Now, saying all that, you who chose deck number 1, congratulations. I remember that this card came out last time also, and well, this is one of the major arcana cards, and this is a tower. So a tower is something that is strong. Okay, you have gone a long way, you have gone a long journey on your soul path, on your human path, to build your tower, to build your fortress. And this is not a bad thing, this is a good thing, and this is a natural thing, because this is how we evolve, this is how we develop as human beings. We learn, we heal, we do our therapy work, we do our inner work, we learn about ourselves, and we develop the capacity to operate in life, to be powerful, to feel safe, to know who we are, to know what we want. And this is an important knowledge. We need to know who we are, right? But what we do sometimes is that we identify ourselves with some ideas of ourselves. Maybe these are the ideas of who I should be or who I want to be, or maybe this is based even on a comparison to someone who is kind of an exemplary role model to us. And again, there is nothing wrong about it. It's all the process of learning and growing as a soul. And at some point, we feel really good, because we have built our world. We have built our safety. We have built our security. It's a nice tower. It's it's the place where we I can go on to the top and I can look at the world. I can look at my creation. I can look at my life. I have this upper view. But then at some point, if this tower, if this sense of who I am and what I'm doing in this world is too much related to something that is outside of me. The idea, for example, of how I should be, or how should a woman be, how should a man be, how should I be if I'm from that nation, or I'm a really good, let's say, a teacher, a therapist, a construction worker, an artist, whatever, identifying myself with my craft, so to say, which is again a good thing at some point, because it helps me evolve also in my soul, and it helps my eternal being to express and manifest. And now, at some time, comes a point where it's not helping anymore. I need to move forward. But if my identification, even subconscious, especially subconscious, has become so strong, if my source and sense of security comes too much for something that is not really my eternal soul being, the love within, that is free and that is actually without any kind of identifications or labels or definitions, which is pure infinite potential that can manifest into anything it wants. If that point has come in your life, then it's just unavoidable that the tower that is a symbol of what you have built, of who you are in this world, collapses. And now this is the collapse. You see, this card is always depicted, no matter which deck it is, it's always depicted the same way. There is a lightning that strikes into the tower, and the tower falls apart, and the people who are in are falling apart. So, of course, it's not the kind of situation that you're like, oh yes, bring it on, life, give me some tower experiences. It's not comfortable. It doesn't feel maybe comfortable. It might feel insecure, because you have built everything. You have tried to be safe and secure and feel good. And now it feels different. Everything is shaking. Everything is crumbling. So then just know that this lightning, it's a divine lightning. It's a divine force of the nature, a divine force of the universe. It's in Egyptian mythology, we talk about Horus, the eye of Horus, which is the symbol of the third eye, the all-seeing third eye. Now, if that kind of lightning strikes in, then this is there to open your third eye. Because the tower, again, as a symbol, it's really material, right? It's stone, it's strong. You don't build a tower normally. You don't build a tower from a material that is, very weak or very fluid. You can't. You have to have a tower from a really solid material. So this is really also a representation or a symbol of a material world, your life. And now, in the material life, you use your senses, your vision, your eyesight, your taste, your smell, your touch, all the five senses. And then you have the sixth sense, so to say. And that is inexplainable, invisible. You can't perceive it with the physical senses. You need to go beyond. So when this lightning strikes in, it means that your third eye, your Horus eye, is opening. And you, my darling, are transforming. You are changing, you are evolving. The old you is scattering. So that your starlight, your divine light, the light and love of your heart that has no definition can shine through you, and you can be the conduit, the channel through which it comes. And for that you need to kind of cleanse yourself. You need to dissolve, deconstruct your towers so that the light can shine through freely, because you are ready, you are strong enough, you have built your tower strong enough, and now you are ready to let it go and be even more the emanation of your divine self without preconceived concepts, ideas, should or shouldn't, all these kind of things, but simply living from this connection to the divine, from the connection to your star, and being this starlight in this body. So this is what you are going through. So keep it up, keep it up. Just remain centered. Know that it is all for the good, and instead of focusing on how uncomfortable something might be, there is this saying that there is a comfort zone, and then there is a growth zone. So the growth zone is outside of the comfort zone. So take this time, take this experience like that, and bring the patience, the trust, and the gratitude to it. That, okay, thank you, I am changing. Thank you, I am evolving. Thank you, I am opening up to something that I'm not even perceiving yet, because that perception demands different kind of trust and letting go. Yeah, so I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, and I'm feeling you. Believe me, I've had those moments, many in my life, and they are normal. So keep on going. Deck number 1. Now. Oh yeah, and I'm reading. Thank you, Kaya. Thank you for being here, and thank you for interacting. That also the cards that you didn't choose also talk to you, and confirming that your role, okay, to be in some kind of separation or seclusion. Yeah, yes, totally. That's that's completely normal, because we are all connected. We are all connected, and when you go to family constellations, a kind of same phenomena comes up. You might be the one who is doing the work, right? You are the client, you are the center. It is your work, but you can be really touched by simply not even representing someone in the family constellation, but by just sitting in the circle and observing, and you might be completely touched by other people's story, because again, there are no coincidences, there are synchronicities. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's an important point. So yeah, nothing weird if if all the messages talk to you in some way, or in one way or another. And with that, continuing to deck number 2. So if you, honey, chose that one, then I have good news for you. Whatever you have been going through, whatever has not been really working itself out, wherever you have felt that your energy is kind of, not moving to the right direction, your creative energy, your passion, it's like it has felt a bit, stuck. but not stuck in a really in a really stiff way, not really like a heavy way, but just like kind of moving and bubbling, because it's a fire energy. We have a six of wands out here. So congratulations, because you have come through that. So I don't know if you feel it yet or not, but again, that's the beauty of doing the weekly tarot reading in the middle of the week. So if you have been going through that feeling that, yeah, your energy is it's moving, but it's not, it's there, but it's not moving to the right direction. It's not going where you want. It's not manifesting the creative power, the fire of your heart is not really manifesting the way that makes you feel, content and satisfied and enthusiastic, because the wands, the fire energy, your soul fire, your passion, your creative power, it's so much about enthusiasm, about, passion and enthusiasm in your relationships and in your creations and in your work. It's the self-realization. So wherever you have felt confused, stuck, kind of in conflict somehow, like a kind of internal fight, a strife, a struggle going on, then congrats, you have come through. You have come through. Here you are riding your horse to the next shore, to the next phase of the development of the process where you are in, whatever the process is, be it in your relationships or be it in your creation, on the path of your self-realization. You have the knowledge, and you have the power, and you have the confidence again to choose, to make your choice, and to choose your direction, to choose where you are going, to choose what you do with your energy, what you do with your power, what you do with your passion, what you do with your creative force, your creation. So use that. So if that is a message for you, maybe it's a confirmation, you already feel it. And if you don't feel it yet, then just know that this is actually already here and you are ready to move on. And when you move on, because we have the suit of wands, yeah, it's the suit of wands, it's the fire element, again, the soul fire, which means that the knowledge, I know where I'm going to, I can choose. This choice comes from your heart, from your core, from your fire. So this is not so much an intellectual knowledge, but foremost this feeling, yes. And the intellectual knowledge comes along with that and can support that, but don't allow the mind to interfere to that knowledge in a way that it starts to search for logic too much. Because logic is sometimes necessary, but not always. If your heart is burning and you know where you are going, then just go for it. And allow the mind to come in as supportive force that finds creative ways and solutions for you to go to that direction. Yeah. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. There are next challenges ahead where you need to keep on trusting, and where you find even more of your inner power, your courage, and your capacity and inner resources to keep on your path. But for now, just know that yep, you are back on track, and trust your ride. All right, and with that, we are moving to the last, third deck. If you chose that one, then the message for you is coming right up. And welcome everybody who is joining on Instagram. Glad to see you. Really glad to see you. And know that this live, if you are joining in now and you didn't hear what I spoke before, this live will be in replay in YouTube, and also it will remain here on Instagram, so you can watch from the beginning, choose your deck and do it all, even if you were not here from the beginning. All right, the third one. The third and the last one for today. We have two cards here, I think. Yes. So this one is a tricky one. It's a seven of swords. And again, it's a tricky one, but at the same time, because tarot, as I always say, is a mandala of a soul. It's a system that describes the human and the spirit, and their combination when they travel and when they journey in those human incarnations on this earth. So it's a tricky one in a way, but at the same time, it is a natural tendency of our mind to get there. So any cards, any messages that I give you from the tarot, even if they are challenging, like the Tower, for example, not an easy one, they are never bad, you know. There are not really bad cards in tarot. As in life in general, you know, there are no situations that are really bad. Just some of them are more challenging and some are more pleasant and easy. So this one, the Seven of Swords, is a situation, is a time in your life where you really want to have clarity on something in your life. There is something that has been going on in your thoughts that you have analyzed, that you have worked on, that you have studied within yourself. And our mind is the faculty that gives meanings, definitions, labels, all of that I was speaking about here. And we need those definitions and meanings and analysis in order to make sense of our life, of the world around us, of our relationships, our work, whatever it is, of star constellations, of how the universe works. But what I'm talking about now is your inner universe, your something internal that you try to make sense of. And why do you want to make sense? Because you want to feel safe. That's the way the mind tries to give us safety, by finding explanations through logic, through analysis. And it's necessary. The mind, as well as the heart, as well as the body, as well as the emotional energy, it's all necessary. You know, we need it all. It's not that, oh, drop your mind and no. You need your mind, you need to make sense, you need to have clarity. Now, this situation, however, is, if you look at the picture, you can see it quite clearly. It's kind of, you see, you feel that something you thought you had reached the clarity about, or just a moment ago, you had this feeling, okay, I can choose again, similarly like this message number 2, but now more on the mind level. More on the analytical level, that okay, I have the clarity, okay, I can choose, okay, I know what to choose, I see the solution, I have found the solution, I see the next shore, I see another shore, and I'm moving towards it. And for a moment the mind was, oh, ooh, all right, good, I have found it. And now you feel that, damn, I'm losing it. I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure anymore if this is how it is. I'm not sure anymore if this is correct. I'm not sure anymore. But you were sure, and you liked that feeling of being sure a little while ago. So you try to hold on to that. The mind keeps on trying to find maybe other explanations then. Like you see that something is not working, but the mind is, oh, but maybe still. And it finds another way to explain something, or try to hold on to something that you actually see is not really working. And is not really the truth. But the mind needs this logical explanation, that it needs, something definite to hold on to. So it might be that you need to let go again and to continue into the unknown. And the mind, the mind tries to find ways to control where you go, to hold on. So all to do here is to trust. Trust not only your heart. It's not about trying to avoid the mind, but also trust your doubts. Trust the doubts. Trust the questions that your mind brings forth. Okay? Because trusting does not mean that you deny the doubts. So this card often symbolizes, holding on to something. It might also be holding on to the trust. And I'm trusting the universe, I'm trusting my heart. And then my mind just kicks in. And then with the previous message, I said, don't let it do that too much. And go more with the heart, because that's the energy there. Then here, I say, let all the doubts in. And allow them to speak. Listen to your doubts. Phrase them. Write them out. So don't try to avoid and hold on to the trust that pretends that there are no doubts or questions. Allow it all in, and you have the power, because your thoughts are not you. So you have the power to see, to go through. And then you just move on. You just move on. The mind is struggling, and it keeps on struggling. But you can go through that struggle to the end of that cycle or that question by just, allowing it to happen, not trying to fight or resist too much or like overthink. But instead of overthinking, which you do when you avoid some kind of thoughts or try to hold on to something that you have already found, it will just prolong the process. So let go, let your mind work, but stay calm as much as you can in that flow, and allow that process to find its end, because it will do so. And eventually, when the mind, it thinks, at some point you need to stop the thinking, because it doesn't lead anywhere. So you come to that point, and from there, naturally, you have the new clarity, a new era, a new cycle of something else rising, and that one is actually already here for you, because the second card that came out for you is the Two of Wands. Again, the Suit of Wands, the fire that was also here. Now the Two of Wands, what it tells you is that not only have you all the creative potential and the fire in your heart and soul burning to go out there and live your life with passion and bring your creative power into life, but you already have a sense of direction. You already have some kind of idea where you want to go. You already have some kind of a vision of it, because the number 2, it always points that, the 2 can create something. If there is only 1, it needs to start creating itself. But now you have 2, so you already have something outside of you, some vision, some direction where you want to go to. So let go of your mind, let go of your analysis, whatever it wants to do, let it go, let it find its conclusion, so you could come back to your heart, to your creative power, and continue where you left at, because you have already started something has already started within you. So go for it, continue, and trust your guidance, trust the universe. You are always provided. So these were the messages for this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you feel like it, take a moment to leave me a comment or write me in the inbox, whatever feels good for you, how it resonated, how do you feel about it, or any other questions about me, what I do, about tarot. And yeah, if you need an individual reading, individual channeling, where we can actually go deep with you, where I can use all the other modalities as well to help you tune into yourself and to your soul, then DM me and we can find a time. Have a beautiful week. Lots of love. And see you next time.